Hey Tubies, we're back and we're on to our next step of making our motor mounts for the conversion. So in my last video I was undecisive which two options to take, whether to put the mounts at the back or at the front. I think for simplicity I'm gonna go for putting the mounts at the front of the engine now, the front of the motor, and then probably make some plates up and hook it onto it. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. So this is what my final decision is now. So I'm going to go ahead now and start making some prep work for it and start cutting out some plates. I've got some 2-inch box tube as well, which I'm going to use as a frame. My initial design was I was going to make some kind of bolt-in situation, but I think the way it's going to be mounted, it's just going to be, I'm going to weld in permanently the cradle that I'm going to build, but then I'll make the motor mounts removable, so for future whatever needs doing, probably never to come out again. So let's see what step we're at and you can see what I'm planning. So back in the engine bay, boom, back in the engine bay. If you remember my last picture, I'm gonna build, where's the finger thumb gone? Oh, where's the finger pointer gone? I'm gonna build a cradle that goes down, drops down, comes back up. What my plan is to make some support plates, weld them onto the frame rails, then I can do my cradle down, round and up, and then weld on the other side. Then on the angle of the cradle, I'm going to buy some motor mounts. I've seen what I want to get now, and then have some kind of plate, thumb in the picture, and then have a plate that comes up onto the motor mounts. So I know it's a long way off yet, but need to get the process moving to get somewhere in the... So what I went ahead and did was I made a cardboard template, and so these plates, they're like 5mm steel. They're going to go into the side of the frame rail, if you can visualize it. They're going to get welded in there, and with the help of technology and some CAD design work, namely cardboard aided design, I've come up with this contraption. So this is going to be my cradle. I've made this out of a 2-inch box section card, but this won't be the finished product, obviously. So that's my design. That's going to go at the bottom of the motor. I've designed it as on a sort of a sliding rail basis there, just for mock-up purposes. And then what I'll do, I'll just transfer this onto my tube that I have, and the weight of the motor, and probably some other parts as well, maybe, I don't know yet. So this is what I'm planning on doing. So I'm going to get under the car, I'm going to take this, because this is sliding, I want to sort of get this approximately the right length, the middle bottom bar, then tape it off, then I know that's fixed. Then what I want to do is, I've got like I'll show you, I've got a saw that hopefully cuts metal. We're going to transfer this onto the box section and start cutting some tube. Oh. Well, we're back and we've used our saw. This is the saw I've got. Evolution Rage 3S. They're quite good, these. They cut metal, apparently. Well, they did cut metal. Made easy peasy work out of this. Let's see what it did, and you can see how we're getting on. So with our Evolution Rage 3S saw, we managed to cut our box section. This is what we've ended up with, or I've ended up with even. So I've got the profiles. I'll pretty much just jerry-rigged it in position. It's good enough, I think. It's going to be welded as well, so if there's a bit of adjustment, it can be done. So that made easy work of this box section, and it's done some nice joints as well. It's cut some nice joints. The nice thing about that is it's actually quite quick, and you will cut the joint dead square as it comes down. Obviously, you'll cut them down slicing straight through. These are some of the off-cut bits that it did when I was cutting the angles. They're really good. I don't know how long that blade will last cutting such thick metal, but anyway, it's done now. Made use of it, which is good. So we've got our plates cut. We've got our box cradle ready. I think what I want to do next is, I don't know, what do I want to do next? What I want to do next is I want to start cleaning up the chassis rails on either side. I want to tack weld the plates onto the chassis rails. Maybe even start tack welding the box section so I know it's approximately or as straight as I want it to be in position. Then I think what I'll need to do is hoist the motor and gearbox out, which I don't really have much space at the moment, but I'll have to figure out a way of doing it. Get this out. If space permitting, I wouldn't mind even, because once this is all tack welded in place, that's it, it's done. I wouldn't mind even dropping the subframe, to be honest, because I wouldn't mind just giving it a clean up and just giving it a coat of something, because I've come this far of it now, so I might as well carry on. So hopefully in the next video we'll get on and start cleaning up the edges, start tack welding the plates in, and get a bit more progress going on down the street. Thanks for watching. Don't forget your cup of tea.